Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon,
No.
Kiana Professor, and good afternoon, Sadashivara sir, and good afternoon to all my friends. So the topic for today's session is Devops and AWS. Uh, we all know how we are going to go, how we will be coding, and but we don't know what are the different things which happen at the back end, like what what are all the things that happens after the code, like how it is going to be deployed on the web servers and how it is tested, and what are all the tools which are used for testing purpose, and where it is deployed, like the code which you have written, right? After that, uh, the backend process, most of the people doesn't know, but and in this session we are in this seminar we will be seeing how a particular code is changed to application through all the stages and all the processes we will see in this session. And before the AWS and DevOps, we have uh, this testing part and the deployment part used to be done in the manually, because there are no tools and there are no automation process. And now, with the help of this DevOps, the coding part and everything is continuously integrated and continuously deployed, and that is the main purpose which we are using this DevOps and AWS. So we will discuss what happened before DevOps and AWS. Like it used to be done manually. Like the developers used to write code and put that particular code in the GitHub, and then the testers has to take that code from the GitHub, and if it is and they used to test it using different methodologies for testing purpose. If the code is working fine, then it is given to the operations team. Then the operations team deploy that particular code in various environments, and they test there. The that is the end of the process. Like these are all the stages for the developer and the testing purpose and the operations. So this is how a code the life cycle of a code. Like the first, it is the stages of a deployment. Okay. Now after this DevOps and AWS, it is it is nothing but continuous integration and continuous deployment. Like before DevOps, there used to be some problems between developers and operations. Due to that, there is a lack of communication between developers and operations, and there increases the time gap between the production and deployment of the code. So that's the reason there is a new technology which is raised, that is DevOps and AWS. With the help of DevOps and AWS, so the code is continuously integrated and continuously deployed. But if there is something after deployment of the code in a web server or deployment Docker or anything. So if there is any problem for the code or application, then the developer team, what it does is again he updated the code in the GitHub. So once you update the code in GitHub, it is there is no need of a manual thing. Like again, it is to be tested by some tester or anything. The tools itself continuously tests the code, and even if there is something updated code in the GitHub, that the tools of the tools which are included in the DevOps, they continuously integrate. Like there is no thing of manual thing in this developers tool, DevOps tool, and then it is continuously deployed. Okay, that's the concept of DevOps. And the next one is we'll see introduction to DevOps, like why people are using DevOps and why the technology of DevOps has come up, and should I be interested? What are the tools which are used by DevOps, and where do I start? So first thing is DevOps. The word DevOps is a combination of two teams, that is developers team and operations team, and it has risen. This technology has came up because of the differences which is caused by between developer team and operations. See, now we'll see what are the differences which is caused between them, and the main thing is the communication gap which has been raised between them, and the thing is, and the next one is collaboration and integration between the developers and collaboration and integration between developers and the information technology professionals. So, so because of these gaps, the concept has raised. That is a DevOps and between developers and operations. The and then these are the reasons, like enable why DevOps is raised, like enable rapid evolution of production services, like the time gap between development and production, and deployment is decreased because of this developer DevOps team. And it is helpful for reducing risk, improve quality across portfolio, and reduce cost. Even using this DevOps, we reduce the cost of deployment and production and deployment, and even the risk is reduced because there is no thing of manual thing between developers and operations team, and improve the quality also. So the quality also increases with the help of these DevOps tools. Here we'll see some differences between the developers and operations team. So he is one of the developer and this is one of the operations team. So there's a physical wall between this developer and operations. Like he is a developer doesn't know what operations team is doing, and operations team developer doesn't know what operations team is doing. So that's the reason there is a physical wall between developer and operation. Like this what developer think is I'm going to build a tool or application whatever in whatever platform I want. Like there is no proper communication between them. So that is the reason why DevOps has arisen. And I'm not ops focused. Scalability isn't something I think about. So these are the things which a developer think about operations thing. Like he will do whatever things on his basis, on his preferences, and this operations team also doesn't know what developer is doing, and doesn't there's no proper communication between operations team and developer. So with the help of DevOps, these two things as whatever the work which is done by developer team and operations team is done by a single person called DevOps. So that is with the help of these DevOps, these two teams has migrated merged into one team, that is DevOps team, and there is no need of this person called developer and operations team. So that's the benefit, and because of this, the employment rate is also increasing, and also the percentage of costs for production of an application has also been reduced, and also the time which is time also saved between the for the production. Like first it has to be developed by the code has to be developed by developer, and then it has to be put in the GitHub, and then the tester has to take it, and then it is to be deployed in the web servers. So it is a time-taking process, but with the help of DevOps and tools, so that as soon as the code is pushed into the GitHub, the tools automatically takes those code, and then it is integrated automatically, continuously, and deployed it faster manner when compared it to manual. So that's the reason why most of the organizations and most of the IT sector is being migrated to DevOps in recent times. So this is the thing, like this is a life cycle of how code is to be deployed, and then it is to be deployed in web server. First, the code is to be deployed in code is to be pushed in the GitHub. These are the different tools for using for pushing the code to the GitHub, like SVN and Git and Progress. These are the SCM tools, the source code management tools, where most of the organizations use for putting the code into the SCM tools. And then after putting the code into the GitHub or Git, so it is to be continuously integrated. For testing purpose, we use these tools like Jenkins, Huts, and Chemo, and then scripting and Maven. So after the code is pushed into the GitHub, then the code is to be integrated using SCM code. Then for the deployment purpose, we use this Chef, Puppet, and Docker. And for the monitoring purpose, we use AWS CloudWatch and AWS Splunk API. So this is the life cycle of code from code to deployment application stage. First, it is pushed into the code, and then it is integrated to for purpose of build, testing, and packaging. So at this point of time, after the code is deployed in the GitHub, it is first built, okay, and then it is job is created using this Jenkins, and then it is tested continuously. If the code is run successfully, then it is deployed in a place where called Docker Hub. Most of the people use Docker Hub as a deployment stage. So at this point, then it is continuously monitored. Like if the particular application is running fine or not, any kind of web servers are down, if the traffic is high or not. So these are all the things which is monitored by AWS, CloudWatch, and Nagios. And then principles of DevOps. So develop and test in an environment similar to production, and deploy builds frequently, validate operations quality continuously. So these are the principles like time consumption, reduction of time, build up frequently, and value of increasing the quality assurance. So these are some of the principles of DevOps, and when to adopt and when not to adopt. So in kinds of organizations that is related to e-commerce and other website projects like Amazon, Flickr, and Google. So these are the organizations where they use data centers as where they put the data or everything in the cloud like AWS, and they rely on the AWS services because those are the people like they need not maintain the servers and everything. Whatever the thing. So okay, now instead of maintaining data center on their over, so if they maintain their web servers on the cloud services, everything which is everything has to be maintained by AWS itself. So they need to pay just for the services which are used by organizations. So instead of it reduces the cost, and also it reduces the employment charges. Yeah, so that's the reason why most of the people are using AWS as a cloud computing services, and why not to when not to adopt. So people like bank servers and power organizations, they don't rely on the cloud computing services. Like they maintain their own data servers because if everything is maintained in the cloud, so we are putting our data uh, in other hands, right? So that's the reason why banks and power organizations they don't use or they don't rely on Amazon services or any other cloud computing services. They just maintain their own service or maintain their own data centers. So this is why DevOps, and this is a percentage share of different sectors. Like innovating sector is contributing 14% of overall GDP, and enhancing sectors or operations enhancing sector is providing 20%, and then operating team this is 66%. So 66% is not a small thing. So 66% is having a higher percentage. So that's the reason why most of the people spending their time, spending their money on these DevOps. So these are the different kinds of tools which we use for the DevOps. That is SCM tools. SCM is nothing but source code management. So we use GitLab and Bitbucket. There is also one more tool called GitHub, and the CI/CD tool, continuous integration and continuous deployment tool. That is these are the different tools like Octopus, Chili, and Jenkins, and Bamboo. Most of people use Jenkins. And testing tools. Testing is Selenium, Appium, and SOAP UI. Here, Selenium is the mostly used testing tool. And performance testing tool, Geometric K6 and loading pack. Security tools, Sonar. And then monitoring tools, people uses CloudWatch and Nagios as most of the used tools. Incident management tools, paper duty, OPS, and communication channel like Outlook and Skype. Project management tools like Jira, and database tools, MySQL and everything. So these are all the mostly used tools which are used by AWS and DevOps engineers. And configuration management tool, Ansible and Terraform. Ansible is used for automation purpose, like whatever the thing which we instead of doing it manually, we just write a playbook inside that whatever the thing which we want to include. So just write the code, and then this Ansible tool we just automate the task. And orchestration tool, Kubernetes, ECS, and the packaging tool, Docker. Like Docker is one of the things where most of the applications are deployed, and AMQP and SQS. So these are the different kinds of tools for between from coding stage to application stage. We organizations use a different these different tools for deploying or for testing for coding purpose. So all these tools are comes under DevOps and AWS. And this is trend of the DevOps and AWS like from since 2014 to 2025, and these are the, the purple one is a semi and medium scale enterprises, and the color which is in blue are larger companies, large enterprises. So you can see the trend. It is increasing day by day, and in 2025, it is going to be reach the maximum. And now we'll see AWS. AWS is one of the cloud computing services which is provided by which provides various services for different organizations. So these are all the different services which is provided by AWS, and there are almost 260 plus services which is provided by AWS, and that is Amazon EC2 and Amazon AWS. Amazon EC2 is one of the service which is provided for web servers, like installation of web servers. It is one kind of a virtual web server which is used for creation of any kind of application. So in order to connect to that EC2, we need from remote server to local server. We use this Amazon EC2, and RDS is used for database servers. Amazon Amazon EBS is nothing but storage purpose also. Like it is stored in the purpose of in block stage, like 1 GB, 2 GB, 32 GB we have, right? Like room RAM. So that is the purpose of Amazon EBS. And S3 bucket. S3 bucket is also used for storage purpose. Elastic load balancing. Load balancing is nothing but in case of an application, like for example, an application, there are 3 web servers, and all the traffic is going to one server, one server itself. With the help of this load balancing, this traffic is diverted to all the 3 servers equally. Instead of going to one server, so the traffic is diverted to all the 3 servers. If it is going to one server itself, then the first server will be down. So like the particular website will not be working. So and the 2 remaining server will be stayed ideal. So that's the reason why people uses load balancing. This load balancing will divert the traffic to all the 3 web servers equally, so that all the 3 web servers will be working fine. And this Route 53 and Amazon VPC also private cloud and Elastic IPC. IP is nothing but Internet protocol. That is IP. We have IP like the internet protocol for every website, right? IP address. So Elastic IP is nothing but any kind of application will be any kind of website or web server will have only one IP address. Even the data is off or on, the IP address will not change. So that's the reason we use Elastic IP, and these are all the services which is used by which is provided by AWS. These are just 9 services, but there are almost 260 services provided by AWS. And this is the trend of AWS, and from 2015 to 2019, the trend it is all occupying almost 34% of share when compared to other cloud computing services. So that's about AWS and DevOps. So with the help of DevOps and AWS, the deployment of the things will be done in a faster manner, as well as the quality and the communication between these inside teams will be done in a very smooth manner.